I've been involved in endurance racing for 5.5 years. I had a physical injury, and the first thing that popped into my head is I wanted to prove to myself that I was the same person. I decided I wanted to be a Marine when I was in the 8th grade. I did a career research report, and I was just so impressed with what the Marines represent and realized that there's always going to be someone sacrificing to provide freedom for our nation. And from there on, I knew that I wanted to be a Marine and serve that purpose a little bit larger than myself. In 2011, I was serving in Afghanistan. On December 9th, I was on a patrol and I stepped on an improvised explosive device that led to the amputation of my right leg. When I woke up in the hospital, I was in pain, I couldn't sit up, but honestly the first thought that went through my head was, I'm alive, and I get to go home and I get to see my daughter and my wife, and that was an important first thing to handle. And then the next step was, all right, let's move forward. What is it that I can still do? I think everything, but I'm not sure. There's a gentleman that approached me. He talked about the Challenge Athletes Foundation, and his question to me was, what sport do you want to do? I had recently lost a leg, and that wasn't most people's first words out of their mouth. I needed a physical challenge, and I couldn't think of anything harder at the time, so I was like, that's it. That's going to be my goal, to finish an Ironman triathlon. And I finished that race, but I've had opportunities to race in a lot of different races. It's just opened my eyes to what is out there. The hardest thing that came into my head was the Ironman. No, it's not the hardest race out there. When I found out about the SOS, one, it seemed challenging. Sometimes you don't know what you're getting yourself into, but I just felt that this is going to be something special and I don't want to miss this event.
To come to a race like SOS, you have to have the mentality that whatever the day gives me, I'm going to take it and I'm going to embrace it. So when you think about some of the toughest people on the planet, U.S. Marines somewhere in the top of that conversation. You turn him into a triathlete, you got a pretty fierce individual there. He's been a lot of places, he's raced a lot of things. He expects it to be a challenge, he's a Marine. So when it gets tough is when they get even tougher.
My goals with the SOS are, number one, to survive, and a really big one is just to meet some of the other people that do this race and become part of the community, because I feel so welcomed by people. It seems like a family.
3, 2, 1.
My biggest challenge with this race is carrying my prosthetic run leg when I swim. I've never had to carry that run leg, and I cannot swim with it on. I plan on taking it apart, so it's 2 pieces, putting it into a waterproof pack, and then wearing that pack as I swim. There's a lot of things about SOS that make it different. I've always loved sports, but I've always loved the outdoors. So just being part of nature, swimming through a series of lakes and running trails while I'm challenging myself, it's hard to put together a better combination. And then finally, just the other racers and the family that's around SOS. I think that's such a big aspect of it that makes this race even more unique.
Eric is a tremendous inspiration. I once broke my femur in a bike accident, and after seeing Eric, I'll never mention my broken femur again.
At the end of a race, when everything hurts and every part of me wants to quit, thinking about the people that are maybe cheering me on or the people that are watching, I feel like I need to finish to show them that this is possible and inspire them to reach their goals.
The SOS Triathlon stacks up with the most challenging things that I've done. When I was laying in the hospital bed right after I lost my leg, I couldn't imagine the emotions that I'm feeling right now. If you set goals and you just don't quit, you'll get there. I hope everyone makes it to the top of this hill someday.